a thing with our band. There was a woman who was a big fan and who had, unfortunately, one of her legs amputated, and wrote to us and said, you know, this song really got me through a lot of the tough times in my life. And she was coming to a show and wanted us to autograph her, you know, prosthesis, yeah.
Interesting. You must have interactions all the time about the 6 degrees thing.
Yeah, people on the subway will go, hey, 1 degree. You know, that's, you know.
Well, we're now all included, aren't we?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I've lost track of how you actually play this game. That doesn't seem to really.
How about the others? Interesting fan interactions.
Well, I get, especially on New York, I've had people that was like, I guess especially during the 90s, who would come up and say, Kevin Bacon! Kevin Bacon! How are you? And they actually meant Kevin Costner. They thought it was Kevin Costner.
That's right.
That's what I would get.
It's only one letter away.
I'd get that, and I would also be Patrick Swayze. And
God, yeah. I had a kid in my own town walk up and go, excuse me, Mr. Bridges? You know?
Yeah, and you try to talk them out of it.
Best wishes, Jeff Bridges. There you go.
Do you find that people associate you with one specific movie, one specific role more than any, or is it just sort of, you're celebrated for?
Depends on the demographic, I find.
Okay.
Like where you are, what people, you know, different parts of the country and age and all that kind of stuff.
I find that once you've sat on a toilet in front of millions and millions and millions and millions of people.
I changed the way I go to the bathroom from that scene. Yeah, that was one of the more educational things I'd ever witnessed. Thank you.
Well, Mandy, I've heard you say you still get the Princess Bride stuff a lot.
I'd say at least 2 to 3 times a day, and I couldn't be happier about it. You know, I pinch myself. I don't know how I ended up in something that became like what that was, and I get my biggest kick when little kids come up, and I don't think I look like that guy anymore, and their parents are going, this is so-and-so, and so I always go up to the little kid and I whisper in his ear the line.
One quick fan story just came up recently. Someone came up to me and said, you get a lot of, at this point, a lot of comments on whether you look better or whatever or worse, or, you know, there's a lot of like stuff, you know, if someone said, well, this is a size, someone said, how did they make you look so bad on your show? And I said, I got news for you, honey. They're trying their best to make me look good. You got exactly the opposite. This woman came up to me and she said, oh my God, you look so much better in person than you do in real life.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I walked away and I went.
I get that too. I say, so do you.
Yeah.